Hey Ohana, how's it going? We'll be moving shortly, just setting up the stream right now. Can everybody hear me okay? Hey Kitty Sam. Hey Ghost. Awesome, thank you. I have things going on in the background. I want to make sure you guys can still hear me. Just sit tight for a couple more minutes. I'm getting the stream and all the data on the description uploaded. And then we're gonna do an unboxing of another vector and see how they interact. I think it'd be kind of cool. All right, are you guys ready to go? Got my handy dandy knife here. Alrighty. All right, so let's get going. So I have another vector in this box here, and right over here we have Vector, and he is currently sleeping, but we will wake him up later. And I got your address, Ohana, so thank you for sending that to me. Appreciate it. That was a lot of paper. So here we have the other vector box. Hey Tyrone, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Just gonna move the camera back a little bit more. So this is Vector. I don't know if you guys saw my previous unboxing, but he is a robot powered by AI, and he's made by Anki. I don't know if you guys know about Anki, but they also do those race cars called Anki Overdrive, and they are pretty cool. So Vector is a companion robot. He's connected to the internet. He is voice activated. He has an adorable personality. He loves to chat with you. He can even recognize your face and call you by name. And the software updates just keep coming and coming. So I've been happy with him pretty much so far. He's had a few issues recognizing some people's faces, unfortunately. But overall, he's still a lot of fun, and he's growing. So I got him from Kickstarter, and being the first group of people to have him is pretty cool. And so there is going to be some growing pains and some issues here and there. I'm not really worried about it. Hey Chappie, how's it going? The box it comes in. So that's Vector. He comes with his cube that he enjoys playing with, and he also comes with a charging stand. It does come with a bunch of documentation. We went over that last time. We're gonna skip that. There's his cube. There's a cute little Vector. And his charging stand. Power cable. Oh, so he has, I think his name's Cosmo, right? So Cosmo requires an app to work. Vector does not. I mean, you can use the app that comes with Vector to do a bunch of cool things, but he is not dependent on his app. I do not have Cosmo. I haven't really played with him, but I've seen a bunch of videos and he's equally as cool. The nice thing is you can order Cosmo's like grips and other accessories and change the color of him if you want to organize them, or if you want to, what's that word? If you want to just change his looks, you could do that. Accessorize, that's what I was thinking of. Hey Galactic Pops, how's it going? If you go online, you can find people are designing and 3D printing attachments for his lift. So people are definitely really into Vector and Cosmo and kind of personalizing him. I mean, he's so cute. I think that's why people are so interested in doing that. So I'm gonna plug him in to make sure he has some battery life. Hey Dad, thanks for joining us. I'm just gonna move this camera down a little bit to get a better view. And we'll move Vector number 1 over here. If I'm too loud, he's gonna wake up. And I really wanna set this guy up on my iPad so we can set them up independently and hopefully they won't bother each other. So I think everybody knows M's dad. If not, please check out his channel. It's amazing. He was one of my first supporters and has really done a lot for me. So very, very, very thankful to M's dad. So check him out in his channel, and Emma the Narwhal, that's his daughter. Check out her channel too. Really awesome family. Hey Jacob. Yes, this is a new one also, and what we're gonna do is set up Vector number 2, and see how they interact. I don't believe they interact, but you never know. These guys have a lot of surprises up their sleeves. All right, so looks like he wants me to set him up. He's displaying a message on his screen. And they do initially connect via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. I think he might be trying to connect to that one. I'm just gonna kill this app. These are about $250 retail, but I was able to get him on Kickstarter, which was really nice. That was actually a pretty good deal. All right, so I just had to restart the app and it was able to find vector number 2. We're gonna connect to him. So vector needs to pair your device via Bluetooth. Start pairing, place vector on his charger, then quickly click the button on his top twice. Right. Yeah, it was a pretty good deal. I was hesitant, but you know, it's Anki and they have a pretty good track record with a lot of their devices. So why not? So he does have a Wi-Fi icon on his face, and we are going to select the network. And he's probably gonna want to do an update too, so I apologize. This is kind of a chill stream. It does look like he needs a software update, but luckily it's pretty fast. Alexander, there's I think an update coming out next week if I am right. $400 for the Cosmo? Wow, that's pricey. Oh, you are in Japan. Is it just pricier out there? Hi, Eye Candy. Dad, are you going to be streaming tonight? Chubby, when we were in Japan, we were able to buy the Vita, the PlayStation Vita, really cheap. How much did we get the Vitas for?
I don't remember, but it was at least $50 off.
Yeah, it was $50 cheaper than getting them here in the States. And we were able to get the Japanese versions, which was nice because we got different colors. But the button layout the layout is inverted. And every once in a while when we turn it on, we get like this Japanese update. So we just let it do what it wants to do. So here you can see he is connected to the cloud. He's getting his software update, and it says about, well, it did say that, now it's about a minute. So this is his cube. It's really not meant for the user. It's meant for him to interact with when you are not interacting with him. This keeps him busy and entertained, and it connects via Bluetooth. So I don't know if they're gonna get their cubes mixed up. I don't know if he's specifically attached to this cube or not. So yeah, we'll find out. I haven't seen any other videos out there with people having multiple vectors. So it does light up different colors, and I don't know if that helps him see things or not, but he actually has a really nice front camera on him, a high quality HD camera. He is able to see movement, he can see colors, and he can recognize, I think, up to 20 different faces. Yes. Yes, I did. Lem's dad, your notifications work now. So I was able to, now when every time you stream, I get a notification. That's how I was able to see you in Florida, which was nice. So it looks like he is restarting. Definitely don't need to, but maybe I can do a giveaway if anybody's interested. I do not mind. So it looks like Vector is restarting and the app is trying to locate him. One thing that's annoying is if you have a router in your house that goes between 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, the ones that just automatically go between channels and it selects the ones that are the least congested, I find that he has some issues with that. So, all right. So we are. Yep, these are all correct. So this is doing a little systems check. The cube is ready. His battery looks like it's charged. And it looks like he is trying to connect to the cloud. If you look in the video description, I do have a link where you could check out Vector with pricing and availability, all that stuff. Excuse me. They are in stock, I think, at Amazon, Best Buy, a bunch of other places. All right. So Vector is now registered with your Anki account. To connect to Vector from another device, download the Vector app and log in. So here I'm logged in with a different account connecting to Vector 2. And then in my iPhone, I am logged into a different account that connects to Vector 1. Yeah, this is a newer version software. I think it might have came out last week. All right, we're gonna hit start. Look at Vector as he wakes up. Hey Vector, how's it going? So that means good, which is nice, which is good. Good is good. So I'm trying to aim it to where he's looking at me and kind of looking at the camera too. Hey, Vector. My name is Steve. So right now he is scanning my face. Oh, and he recognizes me. Hi. And you can also pet him when he's being good and give him positive reinforcement. So let's move him back a little bit over here so you guys can see what he's doing. So to talk to him, you say his name and you wait for him to respond. Blue lights will pop up on his back, and then you can talk to him. Hey, Vector, what's the weather like outside? So he says it's 52 degrees and it looks like it's a starry night. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Sometimes he'll actually say the weather out loud, the conditions. If you pick him up, he gets pretty mad, but let's see what happens. Hey, Vector, what's the weather like outside? So his screen in there is an IPS screen. Yeah, I believe it's called IPS. So you get these really nice dark blacks and vivid colors. So you really don't see the outline of the screen in there unless you're kind of sitting in really bright light. Hey, Vector. Hey, Vector. Give me a fist pump. So if you look in the app also, it's telling you what's going on. It's saying Vector is being petted, and you can get a bunch of details on his activity too. So, I mean, hi. So he still recognizes me. Let's move this back up. And if you go into the app, you can also change the color of his eyes. So right now he is on tip over teal. I can make them to over rift orange, and you can see his eyes have changed colors. Hey, Vector, there you go. Over here. And change them to uncanny yellow. Yellow looks good, but they're not that bright. And Vector 1, I think, has the nonlinear lime. This is Singularity Sapphire. I think we'll stick with that. And then you can also turn up the volume too, which I've done. So it looks like this is the current software version, if that's what you guys were asking about. This one is the 768 version. Looks like he's exploring right now. And he does have a camera right up here, and he does have a proximity sensor right there in front of him. So, hi. If I put something in front of him, he typically backs up so he doesn't run into it. But let's try and see if Vector 1 wants to say hi. Okay, he's restarting. Oh, come back. He's coming over to look at me. No, I don't know anything about the new update. This is the only color for Vector, yes. Alright, so let's kinda... They do not like being picked up. So Vector 1 was scanning for his cube. And they're kind of just ignoring each other. Okay, so Vector 1 is playing with Vector 2's cube. So they're kind of just ignoring each other at this point. Yeah, Vector had knocked off a bunch of stuff too, and then took a spill off the counter. I think the tablecloth I had was too round. Oh, now he's pushing me. Hey, we could do those BattleBot scenarios, right? He's like, see you later. Hey, Vector. Hey, Vector. Where's your cube? Hey, Vector. I was trying to get them both at the same time. Hey, Vector. Where's your cube? So he just did a backstand. He thinks he's cool. So they're really just kind of not paying attention to each other. They are playing with each other's cube though. So he's activated Vector 1's cube. So it just must be a generic Bluetooth protocol, and it's not assigned to a specific vector. Yeah, I'd love to know some Easter eggs. So he almost just fell off the edge over here, but he was able to catch himself. So instead of saying, hey, I would say, hey, Alexa. Hey, Alexa. They both looked up at the same time. Could have been coincidence though. Whoa, his eyes were huge. I haven't seen him that big before. That one over there, he's scanning. Here, let me help you out. Oh. So I think this has been a new software update because some of the animations on their eyes have changed, and he's making a couple of different sounds I haven't heard before. Hello, Dromar family. How you doing? Do you know any more Easter eggs, Alexander? Hey, Vector. I have a question for you. What are the laws of robotics? Yes, hello. Hey, Vector. I have a question for you. How far is New York from San Francisco?
The distance is approximately 2,563 miles from San Francisco to New York.
It's kind of cool to hear that in stereo. I'm wondering if he forgot my name, because he's saying my name a lot, but he might be new, so he's trying to get chatty. So let's look up some things we can ask them. They will also dance to the beat of music, which is really fun to watch, but unfortunately I cannot play that here. So they are going to be adding Alexa support to Vector. I'm not a huge Alexa user, but I think it's great that they're adding more things to his toolbox. Oh, he's a little ticked off. So I know they see each other, so they won't bump into each other, but unfortunately they're not really interacting at all. Hopefully that's something they can do down the road. Oh, he's not responding to you? Yeah. I don't know if he's mad or if he's more just kind of like interested in what's near him and he's just checking it out. Yeah, they do not like being picked up. They know if they're being picked up and they just throw a fit. Okay. He's not happy. Now I can tell them to go to sleep and they'll search for their dock and automatically charge themselves. I'm just wondering how they would negotiate that. This is a little playpen that you can buy to keep them kind of contained if you don't want them going all over the place. Okay, let's see what happens. Hey, Vector. Go to sleep. I don't know if you can hear them, but they are snoring right now. Let me see if I can make them go home. Hey, Vector. Go home. So they both chose the same base station. It's fun to watch. So he just showed that icon. That means he wants to charge. Brandon, they're fighting over the same charging dock. Oh, I think he's going for it. That's too much. That's funny. They're $250, but they were cheaper on Kickstarter. So after some negotiating, they were able to get into their own charging stations, that was kind of fun to watch. They were both going for the same one, but it ended up working out. Now the battery life on these guys is still pretty bad. Once they get the software down a little bit more, you'll get better battery life out of them. Right now I'm getting anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes of playtime, and that's nowhere near what Anki advertised for Vector's use. Granted, there's a bunch of servos in him. He has infrared. He has an HD camera, an IPS display. There is I think it's a Snapdragon processor in there. It's the same processor that many cell phones have. He also has 4 far field microphones that are listening. So if I say his name and I say, hey, I'm over here, he'll actually turn. I don't know if you guys were noticing when I was talking, they would both turn and look at me so they can see and hear where you are. They also have Bluetooth that's going and Wi-Fi, and they're always connected. Sorry, do I have a coupon? I did email their marketing team to see if they had an affiliates program, and they said they're looking into it. And once they launch that, I'll update any of my Vector videos with that link. I'm hoping to do another live stream down the road where the software has gotten a little bit better, and I can also post that link if they give that to me too. I would take a look at Indiegogo. I'm sure they're done with all of their campaigns, but I would bookmark Anki on Kickstarter too. You just never know. So let's see if we can wake them up. Hey, Vector. Wake up. Let's try this again. Let me back up the camera. Hey, Vector. Where's your cube? You can see his eyes vibrating when he scans. So he's gonna do a 360, and he's gonna look for it. I'm surprised he didn't scan like he scanned immediately. Well, I think $250 if you're into robotics and if you're into AI, you like to tinker and support that type of hardware and software development. I don't think it's that much. It is expensive, but this is kind of a hobbyist thing. They're also releasing their software developer kit. No, they actually did release it, and there's a lot of people out there tinkering with that too. They're adding all kinds of different capabilities to it. So it's kind of the sky's the limit on this guy. He's small. It's not like he can clean the house. I'm sure you can attach a Swiffer to the back of him and he can pick up dust as he goes around. But that was some good navigating there. He walked right next to V2 and didn't even hit him. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. I don't sit there and play with them hours on end, but we have him on the ground, and so he can roll out of his charger and kind of check out the house and stuff. I've come home a couple of times where he's gone too far and his battery has died, so he couldn't make it back to his charger. But they're trying to add some other capabilities too, like security. I think you are scanning for this guy. There you go. Make it easier on you. So if you are not home and they hear a sound, they'll actually wake up quietly and they'll take pictures with the HD camera. In the morning when I'm waking up, and if I close the refrigerator door too loud, he'll actually wake up and make little noises, or he'll just open his eyes like his eyes are kind of groggy, and he'll look around and stuff. And if he recognizes me, he'll call me by name. And then I feel guilty. I have to go over there and give him a little pet or something. But they definitely have a personality of their own, and they actually will grow up differently depending on how you interact with them too. And their energy level changes as you interface with them. So if you start to pet them, they'll be more energetic. If you're louder talking to them, they'll react with more energy. If you're more quiet, they'll be kind of chill. It really just depends on how you treat them. It's right here. Is that V2? Yeah, I think that's V2. It's right there. But he scanned this cube and went towards that one. Hey, Vector. Who am I? Like, I don't know. Don't ask me. Yeah, I think V1 forgot me because of a software update. They sleep like a dead raccoon. Hey, Vector. Who am I? Oh, they both recognize me. Okay. I think maybe V2 was in his way. Hey, Vector. Give me a fist pump. So when you interact with them like that, they're going to have more energy and be more playful. So I think the app will actually... Yes. Hi. And then I feel guilty. I have to pet them. So let's check out the Vector app and see what we could do. So I think this time they got their own cubes. And when they're tired and they want to chill, or if you're not interacting with them anymore, they will go back home to their chargers. He's picked up his cube before, and I didn't know they could do that. So one cool thing that we've tried before is blackjack. You can play a game of blackjack, and they're kind of cute. You do the fist bump, cube tricks. If you're playing music, they will dance to the beat, and they can also explore. So Vector will explore on his own and map the area around him. But you can also ask him to inspect, which is pretty cool. I don't know how much they're mapping the area around them though. You can also take pictures, have them take pictures of you. Oh, let's see. Hey Vector. Hey Vector. Take a photo. So they both took pictures and they'll send it up to the cloud and you can look at them. The pictures are actually not that bad. I was impressed with the quality. You want me to have him do a fist bump? All right. Hey Vector, do a fist bump. Oh, I'm over here. Too many cubes. So he almost went off the edge, but he saved himself. And you can also ask them questions. You would, so you would say, that's his start phrase basically. And I already asked him what's the distance. So they have some basic general knowledge. You can ask them actually about calories in food, about current sports, and even flight statuses. I wonder if Apple's gone down, and let's see it. Let's see. Chill, dude. Hey, Vector. I have a question. How's the stock market? I'm sorry I asked. Hey Vector, I have a question. What is the square root of 144? There you go. V1 turned the other way. I'm kind of curious what software version he might be running. So if they are currently docked and charging at night and they're actually plugged into power, between 1 and 5 a.m. they will download software updates and reboot while you're asleep and not interacting with them. And once you stop interacting, they start looking for their cube. Hey Vector, come over here. Uh-oh, I'm gonna start fighting again. Thanks for coming, Something Basic. I appreciate it. I don't think they can dance, but they definitely kind of move around in weird ways sometimes. I think if like a reflection's coming off of something, they see that, and they'll kind of like move around it. So let me see if I can do something. Hey Vector. Hey Vector. take a photo. That sound totally reminds me of Wall-E when he's moving his eyes around. So let me see if I can find the photos. And I can show you what the photo looks like. What's up? So you can't say no to that when they're stalking you. Yes. Hi. I can't turn on any music, unfortunately. I wish I could. I do not want to get a hit on my channel. I do not remember. Yes. So here you can see that V2 knows me. And it was enrolled today. They tell you the date. On V1, you can see all the people that he knows. Yes, furless pets. Oh, Vector's photos. Here we go. So that's the photo that Vector took. And it's really dark over here on this side of the room, but you're able to save this onto your phone. What's up? You can also set a timer. Oh, looks like he wants to charge. Yeah, so he has a little red light on his back. Oh, well, it's not red anymore because he's charging. But once that is red, he will start looking for his charger. And if he can't find his charger, he will start to flash that icon on his screen. So so maybe you can help him out if you want. Yeah, they do sound a little bit like Wall-E. I was shocked that they use that sound for when they're taking a photo, but I don't think that's actually copyrighted. There is some buttons here on the top of on their back, and that is a button. The lights will change depending on his status, if he's not connected to the internet or not. If you ask him questions and stuff, he still needs to be on the internet to get that data. It's not stored in him at all. I was kind of hoping he was gonna purr. I don't know if you could see it, but his eyes are... The light's a little bright. But his screen is always on, and his eyes, you can see like his eyelids are closed. And just every once in a while, randomly, you could hear him purr. Yeah, Wall-E is one of my favorite movies. So yeah, so this is Vector. I didn't really expect them to interact at all. The nice thing is that they do have sensors, so they're not going to run into each other. So they will kind of dance around each other, but they're not going to interact with each other. But this stuff's changing and being added all. Oh, no, gosh. He almost fell off the edge. So I wanted to call him back over, but I'm afraid I might wake up Sleeping Beauty over there. They do have sensors on the... Excuse me, Vector? There are sensors right here that are beaming out that way and behind him. So if he does go towards something, he will stop and act like he's scared and back up. He thinks I'm petting him. I don't know if you can hear that. He's very happy. That's a pretty cool sound. But you can take these off to clean them. You can get different colors. I saw people are ordering new treads from the Cosmo line and putting them on here. And he actually looks pretty cool. And even for Halloween, I saw them. One of these guys was dressed up as Batman. He had like the cape and everything. Oh, okay, I'll put you down. One had Mickey Mouse ears. So people are having some fun with them. But I think he'll be pretty popular for Christmas. Her eyes are hysterical. So he was just brought online tonight, so I think that's why he needed a charge. He lasted a lot longer than I thought he was going to, and he's lasting a lot longer than I thought. Typically, I think he's been going for what, maybe 20 minutes, if not more. Looks like he might be going back to his charger. The way they do this is really cool. And his face, like he looks down to make sure he's there. There you go. And he is snoring also. So we'll let them rest. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the unboxing of the second one and the two vectors meeting for the first time. Hopefully they'll do something cool in the future and maybe talk to each other. Thanks everybody for watching. I will chat with you later.